Alright, we're at day 2/day 1 of actual arrival in New Orleans.
And we started our day at the ripe hour of 5 a.m. Do I like it? At the ripe hour of 5 a.m. And we ate a delicious breakfast of...
Strictly yogurt.
Strictly yogurt.
Strictly yogurt. We attempted biscuits and gravy for about a half a biscuit, and then determined that a 9-hour bus ride and sausage and gravy biscuits don't mix like...
We also didn't enjoy the sausage and gravy biscuits. But the yogurt was delicious. Then Callie made me a coffee that was entirely creamer.
Warm creamer,
warm creamer.
Straight warm creamer.
She made a microwave creamer and then fed me it as coffee.
Yep.
And then we
got on the bus. Mitchell immediately spilled Dale's coffee all over his seat and pillow. Which, that was a good time. It was okay though. They got over it really quickly. It's impressive. Dale wasn't angry or Mitchell was cool with it.
And then all of us on the back of the bus pretty much fell asleep right away. And then woke up maybe 45 minutes to an hour later, covered in sweat, drenched in sweat.
So then when I woke up, maybe 30 minutes later than that, 6 shirtless men standing around me.
We're all
back up a bus with no air conditioning. Air conditioning broken for a good 2 hours until we get to an actual. And the worst part is, you complain about it to the people in the front of the bus, but they don't understand. So therefore, they're just like, yeah, they're a bunch of babies. It's just there's no AC. Come on.
We were like shoving our head into the baggage area because it was a little bit cooler than the rest of the bus.
There's a vent in the bathroom that Steve's walking into and putting his face in front of.
We were trying to use any little bit of coolness that we could.
Anything went at that point. It was just anything goes. But then after a couple hours, we stopped in. It's like a Memphis-y place. We were West Memphis, which technically is still in Arkansas.
It's not at all Memphis. It's not
Memphis. It's not Tennessee. The people there will try to confuse you and tell you you're in Tennessee, but you're really in Arkansas, and that's something to remember.
And I think that gas station was pretty normal. People were like getting things like coolers and big bags. Like that was pretty much it because we were dying in the back of this bus.
Yeah, although the only purpose of this app was actually to get the AC running again.
So that they could fix the AC.
But we assumed the AC would be fixed, and then we'd all get back on and roast to heck again. I don't even know.
But when we got back on the bus, I think it was like really pretty cool for most of that ride. It got really cold later. Like I was feeling chilly. They fixed the AC well.
No, me and Mike still made just the biggest error of our lives by sitting on the engine in the back of the bus. So
ooh, that was still hot.
It stays warm, but the AC helped. We did not feel the need to be shirtless for much more of the ride, so that was good.
And then I think we made it to
the big
truck stop, which was also wonderful.
It was it wasn't wonderful in the least. It was McDonald's, and another bus beat us there, who was also going to New Orleans.
I was being sarcastic. There was 18 semis there that we drove.
18 semis, a bus of 60 kids in front of you, lines dragging out of the door.
This McDonald's was the most packed McDonald's I've ever been to. And it was in the middle of nowhere, just at this random truck stop.
On top of it, four people working, those poor people, and just like 4 of them doing their best trying to hold down the fort. But they did their job well. We will admit they sit this right out. We ate. Katie was in a big rush. We had to get back on the bus.
Katie got us on the bus too quickly.
It was good. She rushed us back on. But saved us valuable time later, we will admit.
It did save us time, but I've never eaten french fries so quickly in my entire life.
More than french fries in my entire life.
Yeah, we were just shoving them down our throat. But this was the quickest McDonald's trip ever. And then
I think
more bus ride for sure.
More bus ride. Mississippi is nothing special. It is the same as Arkansas, which is the same as Missouri, which is the same as Iowa, which you would never guess. So in short, with Mississippi being that boring, therefore we felt the need to
play video games on the bus.
Yeah, games and excitement was necessary from that point onwards.
So Katie pulled in some pretty awesome games. First of all, dressed up flamingos.
Like the plastic ones you put in your yard. Correct.
We had a wonderful time doing that. In our group, someone just stuck a bunch of like gummy treats to them, and then we just laid strings on top of those, but it looked beautiful. It was a wonderful flamingo.
That's true, yeah, because the toughest rule was that Katie gave you absolutely nothing to decorate your flamingo with.
But
the whole point of it was to decorate it, and it was like, what do you mean? That's not even real.
There was a lot of Gatorade wrappings strapped to flamingos. But they all looked pretty cool, actually. People did good with what we had. And then our next game, this was something that we did in the back of the bus also. We started a game where we made beats with our mouths.
So somebody would lead off with just like a little trill or like a bass, like a boom, like a boom, 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 and then join in and throw in like a or something along those lines.
It really was amazing.
And we had some good ones going by the end of it.
We may have played that game for a little bit too long, but it was wonderful.
Yeah, it's true.
There was a lot of that game going on in the back of the bus. The rest of the bus might not have
we don't know what they were doing during that time, but music was made.
And
so by that point, we're pretty much in New Orleans. But on the way, there's a bridge that you go on that's 27 miles long.
amazing bridge.
A bridge, like a bridge above the water bridge.
It was very cool.
27 miles.
There was a giant telephone.
Yeah, when you get you get on a Pontchartrain.
Pretty cool.
You drive on the bridge, you look out, and there's like little concrete, just like little podiums just sitting out there, and on top of these giant electric wires, and there's like going across the lake.
So then we get to our hotel first.
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah, and we get to the Hilton, which is where we are right now.
We're in the Hilton currently. This is the Hilton.
And we get into a room with a bunch of luggage. Some of us go back and clean up the bus a bit.
Yep, the bus was still really dirty. We had issues with cleaning.
The bus was horrible.
Fingers were pointed, but we handled ourselves well, and we cleaned the thing up, so it was all okay.
Lots of bottles everywhere and stuff.
Oh,
we cleaned her up nice. And then we got all the books off the bus.
Now we're in the Civic Center, got the books.
And then we were allowed to start our wonderful, wonderful New Orleans adventure, where we don't remember what we did next. What did we do?
First, we went to our rooms, and we had a large snafu with the rooms today, and I'm sure you guys will hear about it at some point. And that is that there's like 1 million people here, so they have ran out of twin bed rooms somehow. We don't really know. So we're down to single king rooms with one bed. They're out of sheets, they're out of cots. Apparently, a Hilton doesn't stock well for anything.
They had plenty of towels.
We still argue that they're hiding things. That's my point.
If we wanted to, we could have maybe set up the towels.
We should have nested.
We should have just made towels everywhere, because they had plenty of towels, and that's it.
Cool towels, yeah, we're totally alright with that.
After the towel situation, making the beds out of towels, which we did a lot of,
we also need to point out that this hotel is so large. Katie gives us 10 minutes to get to our rooms, change, and get back to the ballroom, which in theory is totally cool. We're in a hotel, you change a shirt, you're totally good to go. But it takes my group 30 minutes to get to our room.
There's like 29 floors.
There's 3 buildings, 29 floors on each one, and there's always that lead like 64 directions every single way.
There's like cable shops everywhere.
You can't win, it's the truth.
14 sets of escalators. I think we have 2 giant outside pools in this place. This is the largest hotel I've ever seen.
Oh, for real. Steven keeps on comparing it to larger than Disney World. I don't know what that means, but it sounds large. So
that's very big. That is probably way too large for a hotel to be.
Agreed. And so therefore, we're in a hotel, and we feel the need to go to the Civic Center because our guides have some learning to do about the trip. We need to learn some stuff. We need to get some wristbands.
I think there's some registering that had to be done.
Some registration, some T-shirt grabbing.
Definitely some backpacks that had some Bibles and such.
So we went to the Civic Center, and they must have behind schedule or something where the chaperones are waiting too. They're stuck sitting somewhere waiting. We're stuck sitting somewhere waiting. Next thing we know, time's gone. We've sat around and played Ships and Sailors for...
Ships and Sailors, that beat game again, which is awesome.
Yeah, Toe Scream game.
Talked to some people from Texas.
Jake's created game, which is known as...
Which good name? Yep, son.
Broke that out today also.
We did break out a little bit of that. No, Tim just paused for a second. No, that's fine.
That's okay, you know, videos pause.
Videos pause.
So we play the games and then we come down and we have to make a decision. It's about 7:15ish maybe, and we can make the trek. We can actually run our way to the Superdome and try to catch the last 15 minutes.
We could catch the very end of
the end of the opening gathering, which is fantastic, as we both saw it.
Or
3 years ago,
we could have gone to a beautiful restaurant, which we decided to do. That had a giant dance floor and a wonderful band playing the entire time.
Live music, real live music, like with the fiddles and the
I had delicious gumbo and such, also alligator bites.
Alligator bites, yeah. Me and Joe ate like crab, crawdads, catfish, oysters, calamari, just like as seafoody as you can get. Actual pathogens for alligators because we think you might need them.
I think it was actually a very good thing also that we skipped the Superdome because everybody in it got locked in.
Yeah, we had a massive storm with rain like no other.
Huge rainstorm.
And I've been here before, so I'm like, dude, I got this great shortcut. It's gonna be awesome. We're not gonna get wet. We go, the escalator's shut down and all the doors are locked, so we're forced to make a trek. I will say, Katie warned me, but we have to make a trek across a parking lot that's just straight water. It's like 6 inches deep. You're climbing, you're struggling. We get back to our hotel, 15 minutes later, it's the longest walk ever, just drenched with water.
Also, there was lightning bolts everywhere. I don't know if you saw that, but Alex left his phone or something behind. And on our way back, I saw a few lightning bolts, is all I'm saying.
More than a few, there were a lot, and it was a storm.
I was dodging them. I had to do barrel rolls to dodge these lightning bolts that were narrowly visible.
We call it an exaggeration, but we're still rolling with it because somebody's coming down the hallway right now and they're gonna yell at us for doing this right now. We can feel it in our bones. So we're gonna hustle. She's wearing an orange shirt and looks professional. So we get back to the hotel where we're wet, so we have to change. We change quickly because we want to go. It's a dance, it's a giant party.
Also, I'm pretty sure we had a meeting.
We did meet.
We had a meeting, so we had to change real quick.
We haven't covered that yet. You can't meet in this hotel because there's so many other people here that everybody else is trying to meet. And our group's 53 dang people, which is a full bus, they're throwing out there, not a single seat extra. So you go, you try to sit in seats, you go here, you go there, you go there, you go there. You can't, security will take you out, you finally find a good spot, you're out of there too. But entrances to swimming pools 9 times out of 10 are going to be your best bet.
That is where we ended up meeting. We had a wonderful talk. Yeah, that was later.
You don't go to the swimming pool for your first one, you go down for your second one because nobody swims at night.
But in between the first and second one, best dance ever. The DJ was amazing.
Unbelievable. He was actually one of the best DJs I've ever had.
DJ South.
DJ South. Twitter, check him out.
His transitions from song to song, they were like, I don't even know. It was like Wicca Wicca next song. It was amazing. And that was the next song.
They love it. That's people dancing. It gets packed.
My mind was blown. There was 1,000 people in that dance.
We're ready for 4 or 5, however many more nights need to be done. So.
And then we came back, had a fantastic
devotion. Best of all time, I would quote myself as saying.
It was a very good devotion.
I don't know if you quote yourself. It seems wrong.
Katie had a nice story. There was prayers going around the table. It was just wonderful.
Some last second talks about logistics for tomorrow. It sounds fantastic. We get to sleep until 8:30. No, not 8:30. We have to be there at 8:30.
We have to be there at 8:30.
So 8:23 sleep in with a 7-minute run.
So we're going to sleep until about 8:28, probably.
And Katie says eat, because eating is important, along with hydration. We covered hydration so many times today. Because we're in New Orleans and it's a 90, 100-degree day. The sun's beating down. Because Katie loves us, the sun's beating down on us.
That's why Katie loves us, yes.
That's why. So hydration becomes an issue. You don't want to miss a day because you're puking from dehydration, which is a real thing. We've learned that. Not because anybody's done it, but because somebody taught us.
And now we're at this point where we have to go to sleep.
We're vlogging. It's actually like over midnight.
The vlogging is done.
We're breaking rules to bring this to you.
I think this may be illegal.
We know the mad lady was coming down, but she turned, so we're fine now. She's stretching.
We're gonna get kicked out. Also, I think we're done with our vlog, so this is fine.
I was gonna say. So have a great night or morning, wherever you watch this thing.
Good night. We love you.
We'll see you day 4.